Good afternoon, everybody. Dave TV. A short and brief edition here for this, what is today? 13th of August, 2012. Monday. Okay, just want to do a real quickie today. Just something that's on the top of my head. There it is. It's on the top of my head. Let's get some light. Interrogate. No, I didn't do it. No. Oh. Anyhow, so big news today. It's been a really slow news day for Washington, okay? But it's a pretty interesting news day for New York. New York City, 7:10 a.m., WOR, long been an independently owned, owned by a company called Buckley Radio, okay? Really an independent company, but they've owned this talker in New York for a long time, okay? 28 years or something like that. WOR 710. Okay, and so the big news today is that the giant monolith Clear Channel is buying the station. Okay, so that would give Clear Channel, I don't know how many stations Clear Channel owns in New York, but they're mainly FMers. They own, I think, 105.1 up there, and they own Z100, the top 40 station, and they own a batch of stations in New York, but they're all like KTU, the 103.5, urban, rhythmic urban, music-y stations up there, FMers. So this would be their first talk-based AMer in New York. Now, 710 is a good signal, killer signal, it's 50,000 watts directional, but it comes down here, even you can hear it in the Washington area during the nighttime, 710. You can, driving around at night, flip on 710, you can WR. It's not a bad little station. I like it. Okay, but the thing is now, what's going to happen? Clear Channel syndicates Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity through their premier syndication arm. So there's a lot of talk that Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity are probably going to be moving off of WABC 770, the old top 40 station from the 70s, and they're going to be maybe moving over to Clear Channel 710. So let's see if that doesn't happen somewhere down the line. There's a lot of rumblings that Cumulus, which owns WABC, and they also own DC's WMAL, is getting tired of paying through the nose for Rush Limbaugh, for not-so-great ratings, and for a continued boycott atmosphere where a lot of sponsors still won't touch Rush after all of his crazy comments. So anyhow, interesting to see what that will do and how that will play out here in Washington. What if Clear Channel, what if Cumulus says to Rush, go take a hike, not just on WABC, but on all our other stations. That would include WMAL here in Washington. So it'd be interesting to see where Rush would go if, say, WMAL put somebody else on. Who's the guy that the former Arkansas governor dude? Can't think of his name. See, my brain's going. Should I do that? I'll do that while I'm talking to you. I can't think of his Mike Huckabee. Yeah, okay. Brain isn't totally dead yet. Mike Huckabee now does a noon to 3 show for Cumulus, and he's so I wouldn't be surprised to see Cumulus bring in that noon to 3 slot in house, and putting Mike Huckabee eventually on WABC in New York, and possibly even WMAL here in Washington. But then where would Rush go here in Washington? Again, Clear Channel, like New York, only owns a bunch of FMers, music FMers here. They used to own 3 AMers. They used to own 570, 980, and 1260, but they all got sold. So anyhow, we shall see. Now, the interesting thing about that is my brain connects it to Baltimore, okay? How does Baltimore figure in? Okay, here we go. Hearst owns 2 radio stations in the whole country. Okay, Hearst primarily, when it comes to broadcasting, is a television station company. Okay, they own Channel 11 here in Baltimore. They own Channel 8 in Lancaster. They own TV stations all over the country. But they only own 2 radio stations in the whole country. Okay, that's WBAL News Talker 1090 in Baltimore, and its sister 98 Rock WIYY, also in Baltimore 97.9. That's the only 2 radio stations that Hearst owns. So I've always thought, for years and years and years, that why doesn't Hearst just unload the 2 radio stations and just be TV only? Why do they need to hold on to these 2 radio stations? Why? And here's another market, kind of like New York, where Clear Channel doesn't have an strong AM presence. I always think, what if if Clear Channel's in the market for some of these big city AM news talkers like WOR in New York, what if they're also in the market for WBAL 1090 here in the Baltimore area? What if? Clear Channel in Baltimore right now own POC Country 93.1. They own that Z1043 top 40 station there, a contemporary hit station. And, and they own QSR 102.7, one of my favorite stations, by the way, just a big everything hit station. So they own 3 FMers in Baltimore, right? I think 3. They're in 5 FMers in Washington, but 3 in Baltimore. They own CAO, okay, and they also own CAO 600 Gospel. But they could add BAL News Talk 1090 and 98 Rock. And they would have instead of having 4 stations in Baltimore, they would have 6 stations in Baltimore. I think under the FCC regulations, they could probably do that, couldn't they? I don't know. Maybe they could always spin off CAO, because I don't think that brings them a lot of profit revenue. But anyhow, imagine if BAL 1090 gets sold to Clear Channel like WOR in New York. That would be interesting, huh? And then you'd have to say, well, now Clear Channel has some FM stations to play with. Multiple FM stations in the market. Maybe they could put BAL on FM. I don't know. It's a crazy idea, but if it happens later this year or next year that Clear Channel buys BAL radio, say, I heard it from Dave first. Okay? I'm not saying I want that to happen. I don't know if I want Clear Channel getting any bigger. And I do generally like the way Hearst has run BAL Radio and WIYY. I think they have good stations. I think they're well programmed. They're not perfect, but I like the management at the stations. I like how they're doing it. So I'm not saying I want Clear Channel to buy them, but if it happens, you heard it here. You heard it here first. All right, folks, that's my Dave TV for today. Thank you. I can hear the applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Live long and prosper.